second video of the NFL channel. You know what I'm saying? 13 things we learned about Sunday of week 4. Let's get straight into it.
I'm Mike Yam, and here's what we learned.
He sticks it out, and it slips out of his hand. Unbelievable.
What the flip?
Jackson Dart's first NFL start did not disappoint. He led the Giants to a close win against an undefeated Chargers team.
Let's go. Let's go, boy. Let's go, Dart.
New York's offense looked energized in Jackson Dart's first start. The rookie looked poised early, leading a 9-play, 75-yard drive on the opening possession, which he capped off with a 15-yard
Let's go, Dart.
run. His ability to avoid pressure kept the Chargers.
Dart is gettable. That is
They
gettable.
don't jump off the page. 13-20 passing for 100 yards and a touchdown. But
Malik Neighbors, bro.
Turnovers and kept the Giants in positive
Prayers up to
situations.
you, my guy.
Malik Neighbors' ACL injury was a big blow, but after Dart's first start, there's some optimism under center in New York. The Giants secure their first win and hand the Chargers their first loss of the season. Micah Parsons returned to Dallas to face his former team. While each side hoped to get their revenge, the hard-fought battle resulted in a draw. For the first time in 56 years, the Cowboys ended the game with a tie. Micah's return to Big D gave us plenty of drama in what was an optional defensive fourth quarter. Fans retreated to overtime with no closure. 9 lead changes as Dak threw for 319 yards and 3 touchdowns. And without CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens had his best game in a Cowboys uniform. 8 catches, 134 yards, and 2 TDs. They weren't
that's
outdone
crazy
by
game.
Jordan Love, who threw for 337
That's crazy game.
and 3 touchdowns. Parsons' overtime sack was the only
We
one
just watched
given
this.
up by the
We just
Dallas
watched this,
offensive
bro.
line.
We watched the full
Only
game
got
highlights.
2.
So if y'all want to see that, it's on the it's in the it's in my
After
channel.
more impressive wins to start the year, the Packers fall to 2-1-1. The highly anticipated Patrick Mahomes
Bro,
versus
this game
Lamar
right here
Jackson.
blew me, bro. This game, don't get me started. This game, bro. Don't get me started. Don't get me started with this game because listen, this game right here blew me because why is we giving up on Derrick Henry? Why is we giving up on Derrick Henry? And this is why we lost, because we gave up on Derrick Henry. You feel me? We gave up on him. And that's bad. Like, we giving up on one of the top but man. We for real gave up on one of the top running backs in the league.
Matchup did not deliver as anticipated. The Chiefs scored on 7 of its first 8 possessions, and Xavier Worthy's return was a big key to their success.
Yeah,
An
Xavier
awful
Worthy
day at
was
the
key.
office ended early for Lamar Jackson, who exited late in the third quarter with a hamstring injury. Jackson threw his first interception of the season, had a bad 4th down throw to turn the ball over on downs, and fumbled late in the first half. With so many defensive injuries, if Jackson misses time, it will seriously hinder the 1-3 Ravens' chances of making the postseason after a horrific
Making the postseason? Jeez.
September.
That's going to be huge to watch what happens to Lamar this week, if he's out or not.
The Chiefs appear to be back to their usual selves, moving to 2-2 thanks to 2 wins in a row. Chicago and Vegas made plenty of errors in what was far from the most technically sound display of football, and both had excellent
They
chances
lost?
to drive the final nail in the coffin Sunday at Allegiant Stadium. Those waiting for Ashton Genty to live up to those sky-high rookie
He did.
season
He did.
expectations
He
finally
did.
got what they
He
wanted.
went off, bro.
21 times for 138 yards and a
Out of there,
touchdown
out of there,
pass
out of there, out of there,
to
out of there.
touchdowns.
Get off me.
Vegas' 4 turnovers, which also included a Genty fumble, allowed the Bears to hang around. A strangely conservative
fumbled?
approach that preceded Daniel Carlson's 54-yard field goal attempt in the final minute only added to the regrettable decisions that doomed the Raiders.
And agony down on that Vegas sideline.
In the end, the Bears refused to back down, and they come away with a close 25-24 win over the Raiders. Vikings and Steelers faced off in the NFL's first ever game in Dublin for some quality action in front of 74,000 fans at Croke Park. The Metcalf-Rodgers connection, it looked strong in Week 4. An 80-yard house call, it felt big time. It was the longest scrimmage score in the history of the International Series. Pittsburgh's offense, it came into its own using that quick passing attack. Almost 73% of Rodgers' passes came with less than 2.5 seconds to throw. It was a recipe for success as Pittsburgh's production.
That's a good pass.
Down, but its hot first half and quick game.
That boy, like, bro, a 6'3", 6'4", 230 should not be moving like that, bro. He should not be moving like that.
Steelers head into a bye with a confident 3-1 record after a 24-21 win over the Vikings. The Cardiac Bucks couldn't pull off another close finish this week. Eagles, up 24-6 at half, had to hang on for dear life for the win. This game likely meant a lot to the Eagles, whose only definitive loss last season was in Tampa. For 30-plus minutes, they looked like the better team. The Bucks scored touchdowns on 77 and 72-yard drives, and he finished
that's a dot.
To make it a one-score.
That was a dot.
Before Philadelphia's defense earned a late fourth down stop.
Ooh,
it was a nail-biter for almost the entire second half, right down to the intentional safety. They took his time, ran out.
And Philadelphia is 4-0.
The conditions were entirely unfriendly, but the Eagles found a way to finish it off and advance to 4-0. The Colts had few answers for the Rams' offense in key moments on Sunday. Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, those guys stole the show. While the Rams looked good, there were two key plays where the Colts beat themselves. They had two apparent touchdowns taken off the field in the second half, and Adonai Mitchell had his fingerprints on both. Early in the third, Mitchell made a fantastic catch.
What is you doing?
He lost.
Bro, just... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
At the 1-yard line for a touchback. Later on, Mitchell guilty of a holding penalty on Jonathan Taylor's negated 53.
Yeah, Mitchell didn't want to undefeated
just over
season.
2 minutes left, and the game tied at 20.
Mitchell just didn't want to win that game. I mean, he probably had like a brother or something who was betting on that game on the Rams. He probably put like $10K on it. He didn't want to win that game.
And that with 11
he didn't want to win that
penalties
game.
and 2 Daniel Jones interceptions, and Indy suffers its first loss of the season.
And the Colts lose a touchdown.
The Rams take the afternoon with a 27-20 victory. The Jags defense ruined Brock Purdy's return with
this is a good game too.
Takeaway performance in San Francisco. This one should put the league on notice. Jacksonville's defensive line absolutely dominated. Dennis Gardeck began the turnover parade with a brilliant strip early in the second quarter before
Punch
Devin
that
Lloyd
ball.
picked off Purdy on San Francisco's next possession. In a one-score game, the Jags defense was ready to seal it for a win as former Niner Eric Armstead strip-sacked Purdy to end an improbable comeback.
Jacksonville has its
That's good defense. I've seen that.
It's the second game in a row where Jacksonville's
3-1, 3-1
to a victory. They've now produced at least 3 takeaways.
Nah, they defense is something serious.
Games, and that's led to a 3-1 record. Falcons, they get a much-needed bounce back after getting shut out last week. Michael Penix threw it all over the yard in this game, connecting with Drake London 8 times for 110 yards and a touchdown. Tight end Kyle Pitts, he had 5 catches, 70 yards, and a score. Most importantly, Penix's accuracy, it improved, and that seemed to get Atlanta's offense back on track.
Okay, Atlanta boys.
Shutout they'd love to forget. Now, Robinson was once again the highlight machine. He led Atlanta in rushing, 17 carries, 75 yards, and pieced together an excellent jump cut-filled touchdown game. He also had 4 passes for 106 yards and served.
I didn't know he was moving like that.
Offense. When Robinson has a good day, the Falcons, they usually win. He was stellar on Sunday.
Bajan with the mustard touchdown.
Week 3 showed some promise for the Falcons and question marks for the Commanders as they await Jaden Daniels' return. There was a slight scare in Buffalo as the winless Saints pushed for a road upset, but that's until Josh Allen single-handedly took over in the fourth quarter.
Stop playing with Joshy, bro. Stop playing Joshy the Bills, man. Come on, man. Stop playing with them, man. We out of there, huh? Stop playing with the Bills, man. I'm about to upset. You trolling, bro. You was trolling this game. Excuse me. Stop playing with me. Get off me.
His 28-yard touchdown to Dalton Kincaid on the very next play allowed the Bills to pull away
Dot,
to
bro.
make it a 2-score game.
Wide open Kincaid, touchdown.
It was an improved outing for the Saints following last week's blowout, but they're still searching for their first win heading into Week 5. Detroit avoided a letdown following a big Monday.
But can we please Shador in, bro?
The edge, generating 2 sacks, a forced fumble, 4 quarterback hits, 9 pressures, 4 quick pressures, and 2 tackles.
This team sucks.
His .75-second get-off was no match for Cleveland's tackles.
This team sucks.
Offense is in an
Get his old ass out of here, Joe Flacco. He's a legend, but he old as shit.
Veteran quarterback Joe Flacco.
Get his ass out of here.
7.1% on 34 attempts. The question is, how long will Kevin Stefanski stick with Flacco?
If I'm watching as a Browns fan or a player, it almost looks like they've given up.
With the Browns now at 1
Get him out of there, man.
and 3.
Let Dalen Gabriel mess up too, and then we finish your door, bro.
Bounced back last week with a shutout at home. After a sluggish first half, the Texans made it into the end zone on their first 3 possessions of the second half, including a red zone score that put the game out of reach. The biggest change was the increased workload for running back Woody Marks, who had 12 carries entering Sunday, but 9 by the half. He finished with 119 yards from scrimmage and 2 scores. This was the best version of the offense we've seen so far this year.
Woody Marks.
Oh my goodness.
Touchdown of the game.
Oh my
The
goodness.
Texans finally notch a win and advance to 1-3, while the Titans remain winless. Houston takes this one 26-0. Those who've watched the Patriots in their first month of 2025 might have sensed a performance like this one was near, especially when considering the opponent. New England came out with an attitude and did not back down after giving up an opening drive touchdown, promptly outscoring Carolina 42-0 over the next 53 minutes. A Marcus Jones 87-yard punt return touchdown served as a spark that fired up the Pats. Drake May was sharp as a passer, finally
good dot.
Stephon Diggs consistently for big gains and used his legs to score a touchdown in a game that took on head coach Mike Vrabel's identity on both sides of the ball.
Drake May, he can run it, he can throw it, and it's on display right now for the Patriots.
The Patriots get a much-needed win with
Yeah, they needed that one.
42-13 victory over
They
the
needed that one.
Panthers.
That's everything. All right, bro. That's the news, bro. All right, week 4. Good to know. Good to know.